The first ever selfie was taken in 1839. While not termed as such then, the self-portrait was taken by Robert Cornelius, who took a picture of himself in the back of his family chandelier store. He set up the camera and then ran into the frame for the picture, thus having clicked the first ever selfie. Taking a selfie has now become commonplace wherever you are, from restaurants to castles. People are taking selfies while doing nearly any and everything, too often putting their own life at risk. In this video, I am introducing you to 10 people who won a Darwin Award by taking their last selfie. If you enjoy other people's stupidity, this is the channel for you. Why not leave a like to ensure you don't win a Darwin yourself? Well, it can't hurt, right? Number 10. A pilot's portrait. When thinking of a pilot, at least one that flies a plane I am in, I want someone who knows what they are doing and isn't going to be easily distracted. A pilot that wants to start taking selfies mid-flight? Yeah, that's not gonna fly with me, or I won't fly with that pilot. In 2014, Amritpal Singh, 29, was piloting his plane with his friend. According to footage from the camera, he was flying at dangerously low altitudes when he decided to start taking selfies with his passenger. Is there any better time to take a selfie? To make the situation even worse, Amritpal was flying at night, so vision wasn't the best. Not that he was watching where he was going, but he also had not met the proper requirements to be piloting a plane at night. Number 9. Autobon Accident. Dean Steele and his two friends were traveling around Germany. After staying the night in Hamburg, the trio boarded a train and headed for the Autobahn. Many people around the world talk about the Autobahn and their want to drive on it. This trio, however, had a different idea in mind. They wanted to stand on the Autobahn and snap a selfie. So that is exactly what they did. As they were taking the selfie, a man driving an Audi A6 was having a normal day driving when he came upon the man and couldn't stop. As fast as a car on the Autobahn, Dean had won himself a brand new Darwin Award. His friends weren't standing with him apparently because they were treated for shock, and no word on the man driving the car. Number 8. A Pinup Selfie. This one is truly mind-blowing. In November 2017, Alexander Chechik was taking some selfies with a grenade. Sounds harmless, right? Very wrong. These pictures he was sending to his friends, the grenade had no pin in it. Alexander was in his car showing off his brand new grenade when he thought it would be cool to take some selfies with the pin pulled out. His friends warned him not to do this, and Alexander replied saying he didn't think it would go off as long as he didn't throw it. His friends asked him where he was and got no response. Seems the grenade did go off, and this baboom was no more. Authorities are investigating to see exactly how he acquired this grenade. Number 7. Training for a Darwin. Trains are really neat, aren't they? The power they pack is something else. And since people weren't taking selfies when trains were first invented, what better time to start than now? Manikandan and Mahendran were passing under a railway bridge when they noticed the oncoming train. They were inspired to take a selfie in front of the train by a movie they had recently watched. Brilliant idea, I know. Movies are, after all, 100% real, and there are no stuntmen or safety precautions when filming a movie. Both men were hit by the train. Manikandan was not so lucky. He jumped on the express train to the grave, while his friend Mahendran took the opposite train headed straight to the ICU. Number 6. A shocking selfie. A 21-year-old man decided to climb on top of a train with his friends to take a selfie because, well, why not? I mean, who takes selfies in front of trains anymore? Doing something like that could kill you, as we have previously learned. As he was about to take the photo, his train of thought must have been solely on that selfie because he reached for the high voltage wire that powered the train. And just like Zap, he had won a Darwin. His friends somehow survived the shock, and I am hoping that they learned some sort of lessons here, or else we will have some more stories to add to our list. Number 5. Complete Bowl. The running of the bulls in Spain might be the one time of the year that the most potential Darwins gather in one location. David Gonzalez Lopez sadly couldn't make it all the way to the official run, so instead he went to a knockoff one elsewhere in Spain. A spectator even caught the whole thing on camera. David left the protected area to wander the center of the bull running arena as the animals charged past. Then you see two bulls collide in front of David, knocking one unconscious, and a third one comes in with a sneak attack and tosses him in the air. I honestly would like to know what exactly was going on in his brain to think that this would have a less than fatal outcome. Number 4. Who needs a life jacket? A man in Yemen was having the time of his life riding around on his jet ski, and this time he was actually wearing a life jacket. Not for very long though. While on his joyride, he decided to stop and take a selfie. I really hope his phone was waterproof, because if not, I don't think a bowl of rice would help in this case. In order to get his selfie just right, he decided to first take off his life jacket, because who looks good in a selfie with a silly life jacket on? While taking the picture, he was knocked off the jet ski by a strong wave and fell into the sea. Fellow tourists on the beach witnessed but were unable to save him. Number 3. Selfie Hotpot. Diamond Bay Reserve in Sydney, Australia has some truly breathtaking views. The whole area and the cliffs surrounding it are a popular hotspot for taking selfies. Even though there are barricades in place, visitors are constantly trying to cross them in an effort to take a better picture, as was the case with one 27-year-old woman who thought it would be a great idea to go over the barricades in hope of that perfect selfie. One little slip and down she went, 30 feet below onto a rock. A rescue helicopter arrived at the scene, and a rescue officer was winched down to the rock but was unable to get there in time. This just goes to show that even with signs in place or barricades attempting to deter people from their ultimate demise, people will go to the most extreme risk just for a selfie. Gotta get those likes, am I right? Number 2. Brilliance from Belarus. College is a great time for some, going to a new place with new sights to see. Victoria Grinkovich from Belarus was in her second year of studies in Lithuania. As the night sky was getting darker, she was admiring how beautiful the skyline looked. She had to capture it in a picture, and unless she was in that picture, what good would it be? Her friends even told police later that she had wanted for some time to take a number of selfies with the night sky over the city as a backdrop. So, Victoria climbed over the handrail of a balcony using a stool, lost her footing, and fell 90 feet. Maybe for anyone else looking to do this, buy a green screen, take a selfie of yourself with the screen, and Photoshop the skyline in. Much safer that way. Today's bonus I honestly would never have thought possible. The incident took place in the Wildlife World Zoo, Aquarium, and Safari Park in Arizona on May 2019. The woman climbed over the concrete barrier in an attempt to get a better picture. She was promptly attacked by the jaguar in the enclosure, who left only a deep gash on her arm. How she didn't get completely destroyed is beyond me. She did recover, however, and later returned to the zoo to apologize for her mistake to the zoo officials. Number 1. Social media shot. 23-year-old newlywed John V was an avid social media user. Her husband was a university student in New Delhi, and her father-in-law served in the army. Apparently, her father-in-law thought it would be a good idea to entrust John V with his pistol for safekeeping. I guess he thought wrong. One day, John V was hanging out with her sister-in-law when they decided it was selfie time. What better prop to use than a loaded pistol? John V was posing for pictures while her sister-in-law was taking the pictures when the pistol went off. Needless to say, she got the perfect shot, just not the one she was hoping for. And that, friends, is why you never play with a gun or pose with one, whether loaded or not. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you do. Want more Darwins now? Watch this video or watch this playlist for non-stop Darwin entertainment.